Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly forecast. I'm Nicholas Ashbaugh. It's good to see you. This can be used for Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus. Let's get straight into channel messages. As I was meditating on your sign today, what came through was an image of like pen to paper. Some of you could be signing a contract. Some of you could be putting together a plan or some sort of a blueprint, which is something we talked about in the latest weekly collective. And what's so cool about this is an idea, when it's sitting in our head, just its potential. The minute you start to sketch it out, write it out, talk about it to someone, that's when momentum starts to build. So I think that the remainder of this month is really going to be about building that momentum. And without any further delay, let's get straight into the shuffling and see what's coming through. Okay. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't already done so, ground yourself, take a deep breath, imagine that there's a circle of light around your body. Let's welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. All right, one more card and then we'll get into the main portion of the reading. If I can get the cards to cooperate. There we go. All right, let's get started here with your Catalyst card. In the Catalyst, we have the Black Bear Guardian. Lots of words on this. Let's bring it close up to the camera. It says, gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken the intuition and guide me. All right. So when I see a bear, I think oftentimes of protection and hibernation. One of the things that we were talking about today was the ability to take something that might be sort of sitting beneath the surface and help bring it into momentum, into action. So it's almost like you're waking up from the hibernation. Also, in one of my favorite decks that I haven't used in a moment, the Wildwood Tarot, the Queen of Pentacles is also connected to this because she's protecting her resources and her family, and we see that familial energy here. Some of you may have just started a family. You might be focusing a little bit more on connecting with the people that you love, or you may be, figuratively speaking, birthing or creating something, and there is this sort of like protective nest that you're building around it. So I'm acknowledging that that's a good thing. Eventually, you'll have to figure out how to allow for a little bit more opening so that whatever it is can take its first steps. If it is a project or idea, it has to, like a little fledgling, it has to be able to spread its wings. But even just for yourself, there has to be this ability to let go of one thing so you can focus on something else. All right, let's see what else is going on in the spread in front of us. Lo and behold, we have the Queen of Pentacles at the center of the spread. So I was just talking about that beautiful synchronicity with this. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position is taking care of herself. Some of you may simply have been putting a lot of energy into helping everyone else, into birthing or creating something. And right here, right now, it's time to rest, to recalibrate, to take care of yourself. Okay, so that's one thing. This is also a chance to move resources around and create more wealth and abundance in your life. We have the cute little bunny at the corner here, also a snake, the power and the potential for things to move quickly and more quickly than they have in the past, provided that, again, whatever it is you're holding on to, that there's a little bit of release. You don't have to carry the burden all on your own. As we take a look at the center card here, we have teamwork and collaboration, part of the Three of Pentacles, not always a part that we talk about. So what we see here is a distribution, I should say, of effort and energy to make something happen. And so even though the initial thought may be, I'm the only one, that can actually be something that happens with Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Together, you're stronger. This is leaning on people with similar or maybe even more varied skills, which is going to strengthen the overall project or situation in front of you. More points of view can actually help make it stronger. This is also connected with education, with learning, with teaching. For those of you that are writers out there, I was talking about the pen to the paper. perfect time to get things written out. This can also be connected to curriculum. And so if you're thinking of trying to create a seminar, a session, a textbook, even something scientific and getting that published, all of that's connected with this. Finally, there is a recognition component with the Three of Pentacles, and it's saying continue to do a high quality and caliber of work. That in the long run is also going to help you get further, farther, faster. All right, deep past, a hidden blessing, something that's coming through that may not be immediately obvious. This is why those other points of view can help. Typically in this, we see 3 cups in front of someone and the 4th is floating. In this one, he's getting curious. He's starting to dig beneath the surface or lift things up and is revealing then something new, something great. But again, there might even be a bigger, better way to do it. The key thing here is opening yourself up to look at it from a new perspective. As we take a look at the recent past, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Some of you are thinking of changing your career, changing your direction, or you may be valuing things differently than you did before. Something that was once very worth your time and energy may no longer be paying off in the way that you expected. This isn't just money, it can be satisfaction. What is worth it? What is worth it to you? It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your direction. This is also a period of time where you might want to get a firmer handle on your monetary situation. Look at the input and output. See how everyone else might be contributing to it. Make sure that you're not missing something. In doing this, you might be able to find an efficiency and make something happen. In the crowning position, we have 4 of Wands, and it is reversed. So there's a lot of support that's coming through. Let me just pivot for a second here, because this is more of like a coworker situation. This can be friends or lovers. This can be also best friends, even siblings. So we have different types of people coming through, also partnership, also love. Much like Libra for the rest of this month, you have a lot of partnership energy, but there's resistance to it here. So if you're open, I do feel like things can flow more easily, things can happen a little bit more quickly, and you might be able to have more fun in the process. The 4 of Wands, although it shows 2 people in the foreground, a celebration, a wedding event, if you will, sometimes it's just the stage that's being set. I just talked about this in the weekly collective. So if you have high expectations, if you've been working really hard and you're very discerning or picky, give it a moment or two. Allow things to basically germinate and come through. Instant gratification isn't necessary sometimes with this. Just trust the process. There could also be an inconvenient arrival of someone. You decided, hey, Nicholas, I want to focus on going to school, personal development, money. And then because you're not fixating on career, friendship or love, it's coming through anyway, and it might be countering that career energy, and you might be having to find a little bit more balance. The universe usually provides things when you're prepared and energetically, even if emotionally and cognitively, there's a little bit of a shift that needs to happen. So someone may be coming into your life, even if you're not looking for that. We see general themes of healing and reconciliation. So the 6 of Cups can be here like a friend or a family member or someone from the past that's coming through, and maybe this time around you can express how you truly felt or what you truly want, and you have a good chance of getting it because of what we see here in the center. But also maybe you're able to understand it from their perspective too. With these people from the past, whether it's an ex, a sibling, or just someone that you cared about, I feel like there's a chance to heal. This is also you getting your flowers. So typically in this, we have 2 children and they're presenting this little cup that has a bouquet of flowers in it. The recognition piece seems like it's overdue. We see that there's hard work here, that you've set the stage, and I do see it coming. This is near future. Near future could be the next 2 to 4 weeks. It doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, and it may not be this week. Keep working towards your goal and trust. Trust that things are happening at the right time. You can't create a spark if there isn't one. You either feel connected to a person, place, or thing, or you don't. And we actually almost have like the 6 of Swords in the background. Don't waste your time on people or activities or situations where it's not reciprocated, okay? You have a lot to offer. I hope you can see that. So resistance here, but then we start to see things move on here. By the way, very interesting that we have the 2 6s here. I mentioned that I could see it in the background. In the environment, we'll skip past this other one for a second. In the environment, there could be someone coming in to meet you, or if you allow yourself to move into a different situation, you could connect with someone else. The challenge right now is, are you ready to move on? It does feel like it will be very liberating when you allow it to happen, but there's a little bit of traction. There's a little bit of pause. Checking in on you, going back a step here, we have 2 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. So money and relationships seem to be a central theme here. The money card is right on top of that and seems to be taking center focus. Here's the cool thing with the 9 of Pentacles. It is usually slow burning, slow growing, and it is independent and self-sufficient. You've done a lot to prove that you are good and you can do this on your own. We've got so many butterflies here, by the way. Good changes for the better. Beneath this, though, is basically love and partnership, and it's in front of, I believe the Taj Mahal is a mausoleum, right? But anyway, something that has already come to pass in the back in history. So there could have been a great love in your life. There could have been a great loss. But on the heels of what was is something better. And the independence that you experienced and you currently embody does not have to be in conflict with partnership. You could meet someone that sees you as independent, self-sufficient, and able to come back and rise up from a challenge in the past and doesn't have to mute that. So it's worth the wait. I feel like whatever kind of friendship or partnership you're calling in, it's worth the wait, and you'll know it. It'll be someone who is attracted to the strength. You don't have to mute your light. This is a great time in business and in projects, particularly if you're overwhelmed, to delegate and partner up, because we have so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partner cards. You're stronger in a group situation. And again, I feel like there's a major update. When it comes to love, Scorpio, OMG. The 4 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. Friends, lovers, partners. You could have any one of these or all of these together coming forth. And of course, we actually do have the lovers, which we'll talk about in a moment. The only thing holding you back from the lovers is taking a step. Speaking up, maybe moving on from something, since that protective mama bear energy that we saw right at the center seems to be holding on to something. On the heels of one thing comes something else, and it could be an update or an upgrade from what you experienced before. So we have the lovers coming through here, friendship, partnership, and it's a gigantic magnet when we're looking at the major arcana. If you're trying to bring something forward, this is saying now is the time, this is the place. What is the delay? Put your heart into it and just go for it, okay? Things should be easier with the remainder of this month. So put that also into your mantra. I'm ready for things to get easy. Because there is this fear associated as we look at the future here with the 3 of Swords. The one thing that you could do to help get a little further along the path is to focus on personal healing. Dare I say this is the most challenging thing. There's something around the heart. We have all these butterflies, but it's like you want to go back into the chrysalis, which I talked about in the weekly collective. So your sign in particular has a little bit of residual healing to do. Perhaps with a sibling or someone from the past that hurt you, whether it's something that they said or something that they did, it's still there. The healing can happen even if they don't apologize or they don't accept your apology or they can't see it. It's important that you do the work for yourself. There could also be a fear of judgment, the eye right over the heart. What if ... people don't love me? What if this doesn't work? What if I'm rejected? You have to, sometimes in life, put yourself out there with that risk. But what if not? What if all the other cards that we see here are actually showing that it's safe? The nurturing energy of the Queen of Pentacles, the supportive energy of the 4 of Wands, the camaraderie that is the 6 of Cups, the teamwork and recognition that is the 3 of Pentacles, the eye-to-eye, heart-to-heart energy of the 2 of Cups, and absolutely like the lovers. I feel like you're positioned for like a soft landing and an easier time with the next step. It's just a matter of taking that next step. And I understand it's hard when there's been challenges in the past. If you're ready, though, I feel like the universe is ready to deliver. Let's go a little further and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Oh, wait, we just used that one. Let's use this instead. All right, health. Wealth. Love. And destiny. By the way, we have Apollo behind us, so before I move on to health, wealth, love, and destiny, let's give Apollo a little pat on the head. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. All right, we're going to focus first on the energy of health, which is your mind, body, and spirit. This is easier said than done, isn't it? So the message of discipline comes through. Pen to paper, creating a contract with yourself. I'm holding myself accountable to focus more on eating well, exercising more, taking care of my mental health, healing any of the emotions that are beneath the surface, perhaps focusing on cardiovascular health, whatever you need to focus on. This is about creating a plan. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And so this is the time, this is the moment if you're ready. Let's see what other messages are coming through. So again, protecting yourself. I feel like it is protecting the heart. So some of you may have just gone through a difficult breakup or something from the past that needs to be dealt with. Once more, it's coming through. Getting solid in where you're living, working, or spending time. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse feels like she's uprooted a little bit. So living environments in particular might need to either be like maybe you're thinking of redecorating, or you're thinking of moving, or you want to get more serious in a relationship. We'll look at that in a moment, but children may be entering the picture, or commitment may be a central theme. Whatever you need to feel safe and protected. Four of Cups. There could be something more to the equation. Second opinions are really beneficial when you pull this particular card, so there's that as well. There could be a lot of pure and familial pressure and feeling like, can I meet the expectations? Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Lean on the support of others if you need to. A move. Either move or travel energy is coming through really loud and clear in the environment. Making sure that you're not getting lost in that shuffle of activity is key. Ultimately, healing is possible, but again, it requires discipline and commitment to that. So the question here is, are you ready? If you are, I feel like you can make a really great shift. Moving on to from health to wealth, we have what I would connect with the Three of Cups, so the birds. In fact, in the Wild Unknown deck, there's actually three little birds in a tree for the Three of Cups. So what's interesting here is word of mouth is everything. So if you're trying to get ahead in your career, you might be able to hear of a new job from a friend or a casual acquaintance. When it comes to a business, customer feedback and reviews are everything. And also, you want to really listen to what people are saying about opportunities that you might be looking at. When a lot of people say the same thing and they say it consistently, it's something to pay attention to. Take some time and research things and see what the general opinion is. There might be something to be learned from that, okay? Now let's break this down into 5 subcategories. We're going to start off with those of you that already have a job. If you're presently employed, it looks fantastic for the most part. So what I see here with the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is the ability to level up and be recognized. But what people, ostensibly your boss or management, is waiting for is, can you let go of the one thing that you've done before? And it feels like they want you to manage or partner with others. And some of you may still like to just do one thing. Like if you're someone that likes production or likes doing the sort of busy work and you're like, I don't want to manage. then good. Let them know, communicate. But if it is something where you're holding on to something and you're afraid of trying something new, don't be afraid. There's a lot of growth that can happen. But the main thing here is communication. You have to let them know what you want. Generally speaking, what I see here is amazing resources. Not everyone's focusing though. You could be in an environment where people are talk. Lots of chatter. As we see here, avoid the gossip. Your primary challenge could be, even if you're not a leader, trying to get people to get the work done. So we love a fun environment, but if there's no focus, that could also be an issue that you have to wrangle with. So I'm definitely picking up on that. If you need to get to a separate location to focus and concentrate, do that. I do think that themes of travel and teamwork are integral to your success this month. And things may not be kind of going exactly the way you anticipated, and I see a little bit of frustration. The overarching energy is positive. If you can see past the frustration or past the expectation, you might see another path, another way to get it done. The bigger question for many of you that are working is this: is it still what you want? You're allowed to say no, you're allowed to explore new things, and you may know someone who knows someone that can help you leap into the next situation without a lot of struggle. Be careful about what you have to say. Like, don't speak poorly of your current place of work, but if there's a trusted friend or family member that knows someone somewhere else, you might want to do a little bit of job seeking. But for everyone else, I just see highly social, highly conversational, highly busy energy coming through, and a need to find a place to focus and get others to do the same. If you are an entrepreneur, lean into 4 of Wands, 6 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. This is what customers are thinking. These are the people you trust the most, the people that you're working with. It's time to reward and promote from within. You've built a really strong foundation and a very good brand. The challenges at present could be figuring out how much you want to invest back in the company and how much you want to put into the employees. I do feel like there's a happy medium. You don't want to go like overboard, but you have to focus on customer appreciation and employee appreciation. So factor that in, and then maybe make sure that there's a little bit of contingency left for some future projects. Globalization, I should say, is really important. I do like this card, by the way, 9 of Pentacles. So investing in your people, very smart. Appreciating your customers, very smart. See if they can fill out some reviews. I think you're going to get all that you invest like tenfold back, but it just could be a little bit of an immediate hit that you have to talk to it depends on how your company's structured, but if there are other people that are investors or there's a board of directors, you might have to talk to them. By and large, it's pretty good here, but for some of you, you may be going in a direction where you're like, I need to change, I'm not happy. That's one of the cool things about being an entrepreneur. You can gently shift the focus, just communicate to all of these other people what's going on. But yeah, looking beyond your borders, possibly producing, delivering, or connecting with a different part of the world here with the 6 of Swords. If you're job seeking, can you find it? Yeah. I mean, you almost have every possible networking card. The only thing missing is 10 of Pentacles, perhaps. But you need to be networking every day, connecting with someone different. Organizations and groups and people, big and small. So like one-on-one energy, and then also larger groups. So it's a great time to join a professional organization, to connect with alma maters, to connect with friends and family, to say yes to a party invitation. You never know how or where you might meet somebody, okay, that knows somebody that can open up a potential job. Because I see some crickets in places where you've currently applied. So keep doing your own sort of applications, but honestly, it really feels like you need to connect with someone that's already in your life in any of these capacities: school, friends, family, neighbor. Think of all the different groups that you're connected to. If there's a religious group that you're connected to, if there's an outreach group, whatever. Keep thinking of all these places and communicate. Hey, do you know someone? Somebody does. And it's word of mouth that's going to help you find it. Students, it's a good month for students. You're absorbing a lot. You're working hard. This is a card connected with college, higher education, and mastery. So chef's kiss for that. We love that. I think it's really important to get as many extracurricular activities as possible, not to the point of exhaustion, but Spend time getting to know your teachers, your fellow classmates, people in the industry, anyone else that you have a chance to connect with, because those people in the future will help open up doors for you. Make sure you like the path you're on. You're allowed to pivot if you don't. You might be thinking of going to a different school for the fall semester, or transferring or changing majors. If it feels right, talk to all these different people. Make it happen. You're allowed to change your mind, especially earlier on. Now is the time to do so. Retirees, oh my gosh. I think the biggest challenge for some of you is just how do you manage all of these people? Either you want to connect more with them, or there's too much. It's like one extreme or the other. Don't neglect yourself. I think it'd be a great time to take a trip on your own if you want to, or with a loved one. You're going to need to find that happy medium between all of the people in your life that want a piece of your time and energy, and then making sure that you're happy. So I feel like many of you are social butterflies this month. Just make sure that you're not overreaching. Okay, let's move on to love and relationships. And we have a very interesting card here. Common goals and interests, so collaborative dreaming. What is it that the two of you have in common? How can you work together? Together you're stronger. And let's look at the cards and break it down. So existing partnerships, what's going on? So maybe one of the collaborations or shared dreams is to expand the family. So that's something to talk about. Some of you may have been in a relationship for a long time, but you haven't made it official or made it exclusive. This is about as exclusive and connected as one can get. It feels like it's just a matter of one partner saying it. As long as you both want the same thing, this is a perfect month to take it to the next level. Starting a family, expanding a family, also coming through with the Six of Cups. Be mindful that this can be twins. So if you are trying to have a baby, you might end up with two. It can also be fraternal, not identical twins. So I see that in the picture. Or if you're looking to adopt, there may be siblings that you're interested in adopting because you want to keep the family together. Okay, other things. The only challenge that I'm picking up on right now are decisions around time and money. And one of you may be doing a little bit more traveling. As long as you're spending time with each other, I think you'll be okay, but there could be a little resentment if there's too much away time or too much focus on work, okay? Communicate in the realm of common goals. That's going to help avoid arguments. If you're single and looking, can you find love? Absolutely, you can find love. This is the 1 month where it's just like jumping off the page. The partner may actually be an earth sign, but there is a caveat. They could come in a ready-made package. They might have 1 or 2 kids. There may be a divorce in the picture. There's some strings attached, some complications that you'll have to work through, but it might be worth it, okay? For those of you that are you haven't found someone that's attached, what I see here is different levels of interest. So this is someone that really wants to focus on creating a friendship. These two cards kind of go hand in hand, and this is someone that's really focused on the passion. I don't think you have to choose this month. Let it be a slow burn. That is normally there's a snail on this, and the key to success, the partner that's willing to go at your pace, that's the keeper. The one that wants to rush to the finish line, that's probably that's the only sort of red flag that might be coming through, okay? And again, maybe just one or both of you are too quickly on the heels of a rebound, so give yourself time before jumping headfirst into something new. But I'm getting earth energy as the predominant sort of type of person that's coming through. All right, moving on to single and happy. Good for you. So much ability this month to take finances and personal development to the next level. It's a perfect time to travel, move, or do something or launch something new. And even if you're not looking for love, your networking skills are like all the way to the moon and back. So you could create strategic relationships, new friendships, maybe a new bestie, even love if you're not looking for it. And your magnetic personality can pull in almost anything that you desire. All right, destiny. This is what the outcome was about. So these two cards go hand in hand. So your outcome was the Three of Swords, and I said, I felt like it came from a fear of rejection. What if they don't love me? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? What if? What if the reverse is true? You'll never know until you try, and you don't want to live a life that is fueled by the possibility of something not working. Instead, imagine that you could rise above challenge and really experience something amazing in this moment. We're going to look at 2 more cards. The first is what you need to know. Let's see what Spirit has to say in this moment in time. And then we'll focus on what you want to know. So what you need to know is 5 of Pentacles. It's reversed. It's about confidence and healing. And much like the 6 of Cups, where the first thing I said is there's a wound from the past. Absolutely. This is someone in your life that came through and said, you're not enough. I don't want you. That's one person, one moment. But when we're younger, it stings a little more. So I want you to meditate a little bit today and think about maybe something from childhood or something even just from the past couple years where someone came through and maybe even made you feel like you were a kid or something. So this is the typical rejection energy in the 5 of Pentacles. I'm on the outside. There's something here, but I'm not good enough to go knock on the door. Yes, you are. Also, there's someone around you who may have similar feelings of lack of confidence. So by sharing your love and confidence of someone else, they may be able to reciprocate. That's why we have all this sort of teamwork energy. And I think that the people around you are seeking very similar support. So find people that are supportive and lift you up. And if there's anyone that tries to knock you down, it's time to cut the cords with that person. All right, one final question. Anything that you still need some clarity on, go ahead and focus on that now. And your guides will come through and let you know what you need to focus on. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords or the Prince of Swords in this deck. It's a yes. And here's the thing. Things are going to happen faster than maybe you want or expect them to happen. If you can keep the pace, you'll be fine. If you can't, ask for some help. We saw that left and right. When you write something down, when you speak something into existence, also things start to happen faster than you expect. So be open to that speed and that movement, and pleasant surprises might await you. All right, folks, that is your reading for this month. Thank you for your patience. We'll be changing up the format next month. I'm going to be doing 2 months at once. So I'll be doing July and August together. I'll be doing a shorter format like we did today. I think that's better. I'm going to try not to be a perfectionist so you can get everything that you need and in a timely fashion. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I appreciate that. It helps the channel grow. Comment on what you liked. Give me a follow on social media so you never miss out on a future reading. And if you'd like to show a little bit of extra support, you can do so with a super sticker, super chat, or also by becoming a member. That helps also more than you know. And for more news and information about me, you can always go to my website, nicholasashbaugh.com. Thank you so much for being amazing. You're the best part of what I do here on YouTube. Apollo's in the other room, but you saw him earlier. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. And if you haven't already checked out the Weekly Collective, please do so. Take care, everyone.